What's going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. Welcome to a brand new Poker Live podcast, live from Doug Polk Palace here at the World Series of Poker in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Joey Guanica, Chicago. Joey, joining me today is a man that we all know out there around the world. A man who proved the doubters wrong by taking down the one-drop championship for $3.6 million. A man who, when they said he couldn't beat online poker anymore, you know what he did?
I beat online poker.
He won the Party Poker main event championship on stream, $278,000. A man who's taken the world by storm. When he walks around the Rio, the man cannot walk 3 steps without someone saying, "Hey, Doug, I'm a big fan. Can I get a picture?" They come in there, they're taking photos. Doug's always smiling, having a good time with it. A man who's been known to celebrate a one-drop victory by going to Spearmint Rhino, an epic strip club in Las Vegas, and not interacting with one stripper. We got my man, Douglas K. Polk, the Supreme Leader, back on the podcast. What's going on, Doug? Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. And it's funny having the podcast, joining the Poppy Poker Life podcast, but we're here at my place. We're in my studio.
I know.
This is my stomping grounds, man.
This is a great studio. I know people have seen the studio. We're at Doug's place here. It has all these things on the walls. It has this nice lighting. There's this big there's all these monitors. There's some people outside doing the lawn.
Right.
It's a great place to be, man. I feel I'm happy to be out here.
It's good to land.
How you feeling, kid? What's happening with your mind right now, man? You know, you took down this one drop. You video blogged the entire thing. You're giving away about $30,000 last time I checked for your epic giveaway that I think so many people are registered for. How's things feeling right now, man?
Well, it's definitely it's still a little surreal. I keep saying that, but it still keeps being surreal to me. You know, I wake up and I won the one drop. You know, I won like a really prestigious event, one of the most prestigious events for a lot of money. Obviously, financially, was like 2 times my best day ever. I think my best day before that, for me personally, was like 800K.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not even $1 million. So 2 times my best day ever. And then, just like also winning the bracelet. You know, like this bad boy.
Holy fuck!
This is a real bracelet, guys. We got ourselves a real bracelet.
That's what they give you for winning the one drop.
It's got like diamonds encrusted along here. I'm gonna show the good people of YouTube real quick.
Give it to them. Give it to them, man.
This is oh shit. That's like the lighting's bad. Yeah, it's got like diamonds around it. It's a little bit better. The lighting's kind of sucks. But yeah. Anyway, the point is, some people kind of made fun of me, Joey. I'm not gonna name any names, but it was everyone. And they made fun of me for winning, you know, not the most prestigious bracelets. Like not all bracelets are equal.
Right.
I mean, I did win a turbo, known for skill in that one. And then I won a tag team, which actually wasn't there when I won the bracelet. So you
really weren't even playing much for the final table.
Yeah.
Although you did have a very pivotal hand.
I did.
And I was there to witness live myself where you had a very pivotal hand.
This is a good story.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm playing the one drop last year.
Right. And
I have a 20-minute break. So I do what most people do in a 20-minute break. Go play the final table of another event.
Yeah.
Go over there, and I'm about to tag in. Fees is playing, and there's a big pot developing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fees fires a big bet in the turn. I forget the board. Just imagine some cards out there. Fees fires a big bet in the turn. Other guy calls. And then the river is a brick.
Right.
Fees jams. Now the other guy's tanking, and I'm like, wow, this is actually this is an interesting spot, because if Fees has it and the guy calls, we win the bracelet, you know?
Right.
And if he doesn't, we're going to be crippled. We would lose like most of our chips. And the guy just tanks it down, and he goes, I just can't fold this, you know, calls, has ace high, and Fees has 5 high, you know? And then afterwards, I always tease Fees, because he's just like, oh, it was just a great spot to bluff. I was like, oh yeah, amazing spot. Like just an amazing spot to bluff. Yeah, you get him off everything there for sure. Yeah, no, it was too good of a spot. Anyway, so we're crippled, and he's like, all right, Doug, tag you in. So I'm like, all right, sit down, play like 2 hands, and then they try to run a bluff on me, but I had top pair. And doubled through, and then I went right back to the one drop. Ended up winning it. It was pretty sweet. It was an interesting experience. I was actually in a hand in the one drop, and one of the guys from the Rio came over, like one of the guys that works with the World Series.
Yeah.
And he said, Doug, how you want to do your winner's photo? And I was like, oh, I guess I just want a bracelet.
So one year you're playing the one drop and you win a bracelet. The next year you're playing the one drop and you win another bracelet. It just happens to be in the tag team the first year. And
right.
I mean, by the way, we talked about you winning the tag team last year. It's still one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in my entire life, because you made a video sort of about it beforehand. You're needling the event. You're needling this tag team being a ridiculous format and a ridiculous event. Yeah. And then you guys fucking win the event. It's really ridiculous. And then, by the way, you win the one drop this year. And I had that same feeling afterwards, because afterwards a bunch of people went out to dinner, and I'm just sitting there like, how the fuck does Doug with everything he's got going on, with everything that people are saying about different things, and you're doing the giveaway, you're doing these video blogs up to it, and then you actually take down the event for $3.6 million. It's just one of the, I still can't believe it sometimes. It's just such a crazy thing.
No, what's really funny about it is like I vlogged every day.
Yeah.
It's a 4-day event. Every single day I did a vlog. I recorded myself on the way there. I recorded myself at the event, talked about hands, had some guests on. Day 2, Elkie stopped by and like jumped on for a little bit. And then we ended up heads up at the end. I think maybe day 3, he said me and you heads up at the end or something like that.
Yeah.
So like, if you want to see just like the whole progression day to day, what it was like, what I was thinking, some of the major hands, like you can actually go through and watch that. I think that that's a really cool experience for people, because how many people playing 100Ks, are actually vlogging them? Like nobody, pretty much.
I know one other guy.
At least one other guy.
I don't know, man. I just know another guy. I know a guy might be doing something like that. So
it happens. It happens. But the point is, not many people do that, and I think getting that inside view into the world of it was great. I won the event, and one of the first comments I saw like on Reddit was like, "Oh man, can't wait for tomorrow's vlog."
Yeah,
I'm like, "All right, it's gonna be a good vlog tomorrow."
I mean, the vlog has 250,000 views on there.
It's a pretty solid vlog.
It's incredible. I mean, I love the title of the video. By the way, he's not drinking soda, guys. This is La Croix, one of the most GTO waters you can possibly get out there. Shout out to La Croix. I know your sales are gonna go up. Please use the affiliate code Doug Polk. Beast everything. If you want to get $13 off a case of La Croix. No, is that not?
Our time's tough now. We gotta sell sparkling water.
Listen, man, I don't know, man. I started doing the Upswing affiliate thing, and now all of a sudden I started affiliating with it. I started affiliating for glasses of things. I'm affiliating for
clothes, lack of clothes, sleeves, lack of sleeves.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. You've been not wearing a lot of sleeves around here lately too.
The thing is, I ordered every Upswing tank top, but they're not here yet. But when they do, I'm gonna start rocking them.
Yeah. Are we getting tank tops?
You want one?
Yeah, of course I want an Upswing Poker tank top. I'm here for the tournament.
Then of course you're getting one. I'm here for the tournament.
Right.
Yeah. What? So I love how much you despise tournaments.
Okay.
But then you have to kind of embrace them, because the thing about tournaments are they're good for poker.
Right.
I know you don't like them, but people get real pumped up. They get really excited. It generates more views, generates more interest. People love the idea of like one luck box wins it all.
Well, you know my new nickname, right?
I don't know your new nickname. It changes every 2 months.
Tournament Playing Poppy that they've been calling me.
Tournament Playing Poppy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I played my first event, the PLO 565 rebuy, made it to day 2, finished 99th place out of 3,000 people. It's my third day 2 out of 5 tournaments I think I played ever, 3 of 6 or 3 of 5 or something like that.
So you're saying you were born to do this?
I mean, listen. Look, here's the thing, guys.
He's not saying that.
When it comes to tournaments, I feel like my guy Doug Polk. I feel like you're born for tournaments.
I know what you're doing.
You are.
Don't let him fool you, guys. Do not let him fool you.
Can you imagine?
This is a needle.
Can you imagine if you played more tournaments, how many bracelets you'd have right now?
I mean,
I think you'd have like 27. I
don't know. That wasn't even a number. You're gonna have so many bracelets. I don't even know how to say a number.
You don't even play tournaments.
20,
you have 3.
You were gonna say 26, and you audible to 27 in the middle of 26.
I don't know. I'm thinking. I see like there's 3 cameras here.
But look, dude. Honestly, like I'm not about just like maximal tournament carnage. I'm not about maximal. Look, okay. So about a year and a half ago, people were asking me like, why have you gone from playing high stakes to doing all this other stuff? Like, and I get it, because for 99% of the other people that do it,
bang.
maybe not 99, but a lot. It's because like, hey, I can't beat the games anymore. I don't really know how to make money. It's time to cash in on like my name and some coaching, and like, oh yeah, for sure, I'm a high stakes pro. So I get it that for a lot of people, when you see someone make that move, it looks a little sketchy. But for me, it wasn't really like that, because I reached the top, heads up no limit, no more action. I don't want to say that story anymore. People are like, Doug, we know. But anyway, I couldn't play that format. And then I played tournaments for a couple of years. I did really well in 2014, 2015. I did really well with it. But then it's just kind of like, my heart's not in it anymore. Right. My heart's not in the game. And
turns out when no one plays you, your heart suddenly falls out of it, right?
Very true. And also the thing about the tournament life, I have a lot of respect for the guys that do grind tournaments every day. I know we make fun of that, the game type, and some of them are not the best poker players.
Bang, bang.
But in terms of like mentally what it takes to like travel around the world constantly and then play these tournaments where, you mainly lose. Like you mainly fly to whatever city, in whatever country, spend money, lose, and then fly home. And you just do that for the rest of your life.
Right.
And then like every like 3 or 4 or 5 trips, you have like a deep run. Maybe you win something, maybe you don't. You probably don't, because the tournament. Like that takes that takes something else entirely, man. And you have to dedicate your life to that. And that's not the direction I want to go in my life. I want to like find other things that I can work on. You know, I like this stuff. I like interacting with people. I know you do too. I like doing my own thing. I like making my own videos that I want to make. You know, if I have a good topic or whatever, I don't want to just be a slave to the system where I have to go grind every tournament. So, you know, I'm going to continue to play some like high stakes stuff in general. I think it's, you know, good for the brand, good for the wallet, good for everything. But I am going to be more focused on this side of things.
So what you're saying is it turns out when you have a business that you create and a product that you have that then can help people out, add value to them, make money for yourself and for other people involved with it, it turns out you don't have to play as much poker to still be successful?
Yeah, definitely. You know,
wow. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, I don't think people quite understand that. They're like, so why is he playing the bankroll challenge? It don't make no sense. Well, I mean, it makes a lot of sense in the grand scheme of things.
Times are tough. And like, you know what? Sometimes like when you spew off tournaments, you got to like get back to basics and grind a few bucks out, you know?
I mean, I heard you've been getting wrecked in the high rollers for a long time. I mean, I don't know. I know. So, I mean, I guess you got to supplement that with 1 cent, 2 cent on WorldSeriesPoker.com, right?
I do think that there is a little bit of a discrepancy there between myself personally and like some of the guys that I've backed in the past. Like, there definitely are a few people that have been, you know, on my crew that have, I'm going to say, less than stellar high stakes tournament results.
Bang bang.
I'm banging my own friends. Anyway, the point is, I wouldn't like lump me in with all of them necessarily. You know, like if you look.
Wait, is that how it works? You don't lump someone with their friends and how their friends do you do?
Well, I mean, you kind of do as like a group, but I mean, like my results have been good consistently for a long time in tournaments and cash and everything. So
it's crazy how tournaments send Big Dick Dong or Kim to just hang out in Asia full time now. You know, he played tournaments. He played tournaments for a little bit, and we talked about this. I remember like a year and a half ago or something like that. We talk about this. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to try tournaments out." I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be a good idea, Big Dick. And then he tries them out. Now we ain't seen him been back in the United States for like a year or something like that. He never coming back.
Honestly, like he really dislikes tournaments.
He disliked them before, and he
hates them.
Right.
He absolutely hates tournaments.
Yeah.
So like he tried it for a little bit, and then like, you know, Dong never says anything mean about anyone. And then like he just like some of the people in tournaments he just was not a fan of, and like, he's like I can't be around these guys anymore. I just can't do this. Like, you know, I just dislike tournaments too much. You know?
So I guess that's something interesting to talk about. You know, the tournament scene, the high roller scene. It is usually a lot of same players on there. Yeah. And how do you find yourself? You know, coming from an online background with cash game background, you interacting with a lot of those regulars who sort of have these friend groups and they all really know each other. You know, how do they treat you now that you're the supreme leader, Douglas K. Polk, and not just regular Doug Polk anymore?
Oh, I mean, I get nonstop hate from a ton of people. And I mean, there's like several reasons why. There was a podcast I did with you like a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, where I said like tournament players are awful, you know, and it's a clip that you posted in a few places.
I didn't post the clip. Someone else posted the clip. It's a good clip.
Anyway, the point is this, like, you know, tournament players, a lot of them don't have like the solid fundamentals that you need to be like a great poker player. Personally, from my point of view, so I think that when I started playing tournaments, it was a little adversarial in that like players were like, oh, so Doug thinks he's just gonna talk shit about us and then come in and win. So I think that a lot of people just were kind of looking like, well, what's one bad thing Doug did that I can latch on to? But do you see what Doug did here? He's like, he says we're bad, he's bad, you know. So there was a little bit of that. And then there's also like, look, guys, the high roller scene isn't a lot of people. You know, they're really like, there are like several groups. There's like the Germans, and even that's like probably like 2 or 3 groups. And then there's you know, there's the American like scene kind of, you know, the Ras, the Sievers, the all those kinds of guys. And there's like not really too many like different like sections of people,
right?
You know, because only like 50 or 60 players even play high rollers consistently. And generally speaking, the people outside your group, you know, you might be friendly with, you might be friends with, but from like a strategic standpoint, you disagree with them because the reason that you're kind of with the people that you know you're with and you talk strategy with are because like fundamentally you agree on certain ideas that are different than what other groups think. So what that kind of causes are these situations where like maybe you play a hand a certain way and like your good is like, oh yeah, that's like a good way to play the hand. But then like the other group of guys would be like, oh, what's he doing here? This makes no sense. Like he's not thinking, you know, maybe like your group of people thinks ICM is more important maybe your group, this other group of people thinks that like chip value is more important. Maybe, you know, there's all these different kinds of attitudes that you can have towards like what is quote good or bad or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be like one thing is completely right or completely wrong. And that's one thing that I've always tried to teach like all the students that I've had along the way. Like, you oftentimes get into like groupthink, which is like, you know, someone will be like, oh man, like this guy check called the turn, like what was he thinking? And like have a laugh. And then like, you know, I'll look at it and sometimes like, yeah, what was he thinking? Clearly it was bad. But then other times I find that people are doing it just because it's not what you would do. You know, like, oh, I would bet the turn. He didn't. So what was he doing? Right. But like, you shouldn't look at spots like that. You should look at spots like, well, what's the value of this? What's he going for? You know, there are people that I disagree with some of like the things that they do, but I understand what they're going for, and maybe that they're, you know, maybe you can have some application within their strategy. You don't want to get too just like bogged down in like, this is right, my way or the highway, those guys suck. And the thing is, to some extent that exists in tournament poker because there are groups of people, you know, especially in the high roller scene. Like, look, guys, when you're playing 100Ks, you're playing 300Ks, you're playing whatever, those are big ass fucking buy-ins, you know? And so you can't just put 300K. So people pool money, they split, they share, they swap. You kind of have to believe in your crew. And I think that has led to some extent people not liking the way I play. Now, you know, there's also probably a little bit of like, I tend to lean on the looser, spewier side of things because, you know, I'm a big believer in when there's antes, you got to get out there in the battlefield and fight. You know, you got to get out there. Those antes, someone's going to win those antes, okay? And I get that too. But all in all, I would say that I am definitely a good poker player. I would say I'm great at heads up. I would say I'm great at tournaments. And yeah, I expect to have continued success as long as I really want to play them.
I was thinking about this a lot more recently, and you kind of bring it up now. I think you hear a lot of even good players oftentimes say when someone does something and they don't understand it, they're like, "Oh, that's a bad play," and it right off as a bad play straight away. And I don't know. I guess even good players do that, but I feel like there's other good players who are more open-minded to a play that it might be good for that person's strategy, or it could be something that on the surface looks bad, but when you really think about it, well, then it may be something to think about. And I don't know. I would say that it seems like to be successful at high stakes, you need to have that mindset. But I know some guys that don't have that mindset that seem to have success as well too. So I don't necessarily think you have to do that. But would you say that when you see some people do some plays and you're like, oh, that might be a bad reg play, or might be like, what the fuck is this guy thinking?
Yeah.
Do you still think that you can then take a step back and be like, well, what's he thinking? Or could it be good somehow?
Okay, so what I like to think about a little bit when I'm considering like how good someone is, you know, and the merit of their play, I like to think a little bit about what's the chance that they got here by, you know, really a lot of luck. You know, like for example, if someone makes it to high stakes cash online, you know, starting from the bottom, working their way up through the ranks, that person, if you gave them the same bankroll back in time, do it again, they would mainly accomplish it because you have to have such a consistent edge over such a long period of time. You have to beat rig, you have to beat other regs, you have to beat all the stuff that when someone makes it like high stakes cash, you know, when I see like these new guys like coming up like in the high stakes scene now, like, you know, Limitless or Linus Love or like all these new like, you know, new higher stakes, no limit guys, they came up in a really hard environment. And so when I see them make a play, you know, I'm not always saying that they're right, obviously, like they're not going to be Red Baron, but no, just a quick joke. But no, seriously, like I'm not saying that I always agree with what they do, but I know that they're smart. I know that they're trying to think of like a good strategy. So I'm not going to like see like, you know, a Linus hand and then, you know, as long as it has some merit and be like, what's this idiot thinking? I'm going to be like, okay, well, what was he trying to do? You know, what was he trying to go for with this hand? And then break that down. Whereas like, you know, in tournaments, like sometimes people string together a few wins, right? And look, there are some good examples of like, let's just take a tournament like the main event, okay? It's probably one of the best examples. Look at the winners in the last 20 years, okay? We've had some really...
Name me 7.
What's up?
Name 7.
You want me to name 7?
Name 7, yeah. You got 7 in you?
I got 7 in me.
Go ahead.
You want me to name 7?
Name 7 real quick.
All right, let's see what we got. So last year was Kwee-Win.
Kwee-Win, a legend of the game.
Year before that, Joe McKeon.
Yes.
Year before that, Ryan Reese.
Yes, the best in the world.
Year before that, Martin Jacobson. Actually, might have these. No, I think Martin Jacobson was actually after Ryan.
Okay. Either way, 4.
Either way, 4. Before that, there was Greg Merson. There was Joe Cata, Jonathan DeHummel. God, who was 2000?
That's 8 technically. You already got that.
Well, no,
I seem like know them all. I don't know. You seem to have memorized now.
I can do most of them. I can do most of them. But anyway, the point is, like, if you look at like the last 20 or whatever, right? You really have like a wide array of winners. Like you have guys that I think are really skilled players, like Martin Jacobson. And even though I think he made kind of a ridiculous fool to me in the one drop, I've played with Martin in high rollers. Like he was kind of on the scene for a while. I think he plays really good. So you have guys like that. You have guys like Greg Merson, another good poker player. You have players that are good, but the thing is, you also have players that are not so good that win that event. You have like the Jamie Golds, the Jerry Yangs, those kinds of players.
Jerry Yang, not a good player.
Whatever.
Oh my God,
this guy like loves to troll me to get me.
I'm not ready to go out on a limb and say Jerry Yang's not a good player.
What
are you talking? Jerry Yang's an inspirational player. He plays like no one I've ever seen.
I'm gonna teach you.
Please let me win this one. What are you talking about? Jerry Yang is amazing.
I'm gonna teach you guys something here. When Joey wants you to double down on something, he takes a jokingly anti-phrase. So I'm like, Jerry Yang not good at poker. He's like, what? Jerry Yang?
He's good.
He's not good?
Did you see the way that man prayed? He prayed like no one I've ever seen in my life. That's his skill.
And then his guest has to be like, yeah, he's not good. It has to double down. I'm on to you. I know the tricks of the trade. I know. I
just think Jerry Yang's podcast. I just think Jerry Yang's
all right. Anyway, the point of the matter is this. Take it back to the point.
Maybe he's not going to.
Sometimes weak players win tournaments. That's actually kind of what makes them great, because sometimes the weaker players have a chance to win because there's just so much luck in the format. So what that means is sometimes a player will string a few together, like a few deep runs, a few wins, a few whatever, and while it is a little more likely they're good than bad, because if you're good, you're more likely to do that, it's still mainly determined by luck in individual instances. So what can happen is you get a few wins. Now you're all of a sudden like a big tournament player. People know you, and you're playing high rollers. You're playing high stakes, whatever. So when I look at players like that, I'm a little more likely to be like, okay, well, this person probably has not really grinded out the numbers. If someone else is in this person's shoes, I think that it's pretty likely that they would also be here.
Right.
Those players I'm a little more skeptical of. But when you look at guys like, some of like the classic like high stakes regs.
Some girl asked me if I'm single. I don't know. I got distracted.
He is single. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know. In Vegas.
On topic.
Model line. I can't help
So anyway, I guess like in summary, I like to think about like their background when I'm deciding what I think about their overall.
I don't think guys are like that right now these days. I mean, I feel like most of the guys playing the high rollers have kind of been around for a little while of time. I can't think of someone off the top of my head. I guess I'm also not studying the sheets of people that are playing, but it seems like most people have kind of been around for a little bit of time at this point in time. And there's not really any new guys except maybe like a Fader Holes or some of the German guys who popped up on there. And now those guys are playing those consistently.
I do think that because the Germans ran so hot over like a short period of time, Christoph just won this event. But I do think because that there was like an influx of money to like the German team, they're kind of doing like what we tried to do, where we're like, all right, now everyone's playing high rollers. Let's jump in there. And I'm not saying that they're not qualified to do so. They very well might be. But the thing is, like, when you start to win in high rollers, people are like, oh, these are great. Let's do this all the time. We could just win all the millions and just put everyone in. And so we're seeing some people that may or may not be there on merit rather than funding and like backing and like, coaching, that kind of stuff. So I don't know, man, like the high roller scene's constantly evolving, constantly changing. You have some people that I think will always manage to get backing kind of no matter what, just because their name, like, look, like I'm not saying anything about Ike's tournament game. But if Ike wants to play a tournament,
I'm not ready to go here against Hollywood Hexton. You got to take this stance on your own. I am not going here on Hollywood Hexton.
I didn't say anything.
I can't even imagine what you're about to say about Hollywood Hexton.
This is another way he does it. He tries to get you to.
You're saying it already. I
didn't say anything. The point is this. My point was this. Let's just say. Okay, I'm not saying this is true.
Hypothetically
speaking.
Okay.
Let's say Ike was bad at tournaments. Okay. Hypothetical. I'm not saying he is.
I'm not saying he isn't either. I'm not saying.
I think that he could get backing for tournaments for a very, very long time.
Right.
Because of his name in the community.
True.
Okay. So it's not really as much based around, how good he is or not.
You think?
I think he's all right, but
okay.
That's not really. Sure. I think he just has too much of a hard on for small pairs. But anyway, that's not really the point. The point is certain people are going to have, certain people are going to be able to find backing kind of no matter what because of who they are.
Okay.
I mean, like, there were still guys, older pros. I really don't want to just like bang a bunch of older pros here that still get backing for higher stakes events that, come on, we all know that they're not exactly crushing it. You know, we can see how poker shares kind of like what we think the rough lines are.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, honestly, getting staked is a big skill. Like, that's a huge skill. And if you have the ability to get staked, if you have the ability to cultivate relationships, if you have the ability to find people that are going to put you in these events, I mean, honestly, I think that is a bigger skill sometimes than having the technical understanding of anything like that. Because
I'm not here to debate like what's a more valuable skill, if it's networking or
you
playing.
Sure?
Well, I mean, do you want to debate that?
Not really. I don't feel too strongly about it either way.
I mean, my main point is this. There are many players that will be losing that will find backing for high rollers, because guess what? You know, over half probably, it's actually probably not true. It's probably like a third of the field is losing. And then you have a lot of like very small break-even winner type people, and then a few people that are doing well. I think that some spots in high rollers tend to lose at like 20, 30, 40, 50% ROI, or they have minus that ROI. So maybe more people in high rollers are winning than are losing. But the point remains, there's rake. And then after that, there's like 95% of the price pool, 98% of the price pool. And that gets distributed, right? So, you know, it's not like everyone's winning. Come play the one drop. Everyone's winning. Hop on in, guys. You're winning. We're all winning. You should play the one drop, Joey. You'd be winning.
Sure. Okay.
The point is,
I'll play next year.
Some people are losing. Nice. Some people are losing. So at the end of the day, that has to come from somewhere, and usually it comes from some investor money.
Speaking of more rake, what inspired you to sit next to Daniel Negreanu and wear the "More Rake is Better's" t-shirt?
I mean, look, man. We got some memes, right? We got some memes. We got some memes and some dreams here on the channel.
Memes and dreams.
Memes and dreams.
My God, memes and dreams, boys. We got memes and we got dreams. Okay, we got memes and dreams.
And like whenever I see like an opportunity where someone that we kind of joked around with, I'm gonna be at their table, especially like a future table, I'm gonna wear like the shirt associated with them in general. Sure. I mean, I wore the bad reg shirt with Mercier at the table, more rake next to Negreanu. If I ever did get a chance to next to Luke Schwartz, I think we all know what I would wear.
Please do not. I don't know. I don't know if the world's ready to see you,
dude. Honestly, man, like it's just for the lulz.
Yeah,
it's just for the lulz. Like,
did Luke play the one drop too? Did he play that?
No, I don't think he did.
No,
I don't think he did. I think he was probably beasting something else.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he played.
I
haven't seen him. I hope to see him out here.
It's weird. It's weird.
I hope to see him out here personally.
He missed all the high rollers.
Yeah, which is a big week, right?
Yeah, it's a big week. It was a big week.
He doesn't play much tournaments. It's like cash.
Yeah, right. No, I thought he beast tournaments too. The only thing he doesn't beast was cash on stars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Luke might be out. I don't know. I want to see Luke, but you don't want to see Luke, right?
No, it'd be great to see Luke. Luke's doing great.
And we set it up, set up a nice dinner.
No.
A little coup d'etat in a back room in an undisclosed location, sort of thing like that.
No undisclosed locations.
I don't know, man. I made a giveaway where I have to get you guys together for a podcast in Las Vegas if you guys are both out here. You know that,
you did a
right?
giveaway for that?
I don't know. Remember, I think I said something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
or maybe a drunken podcast with Luke, and I can't even imagine if he's drunk the things he might be saying. So
Lord knows.
I don't know, man. So nothing. You guys haven't talked at all. Enough. You guys are still.
I mean, the thing is, like, I talked a little with him one-on-one, but he's just like too cray, man. He's just too cray. He's just too cray. Like,
yeah.
You know what my problem is? Like, I'm just stuck. I'm just trapped in reality. And once you can break away from that, it really opens up options for you.
Yeah.
Like,
how's it feel to be there?
It's. I mean, you know, I'm just stuck here, stuck in reality.
Yeah, it's tough one. I mean, you're speaking about shirts. You know, there's another thing that recently took place, and you know, I think the world right now is anxiously awaiting a response video on a video that you actually put out. You put out a video about Al Torelli. So Al Torelli, he made a video. I think he was, I don't know, he's on water or something like that. He was talking about something that happened on Poker Night America. There was an incident that took place where AA, Al Torelli, I don't know, he had some chips maybe hidden in the back or something like that. There was maybe some angling going on there. And then you decided to make a little video about it. You sort of, you know, showcased what happened and took place. And it certainly did look like there was, I don't know if any legal things were maybe, you know, broken by what happened, but it seems like that, I don't know, it seems like he's maybe a little bit out of line in that situation with angling this guy, and he blocked the guy on Twitter afterwards, and now we got the response video waiting, and I'm waiting for it. I want to see what exactly he's going to say. It's been a few days now, but
to be honest with you, I'm really excited to see what direction he goes, because it seems like he's kind of in a tough spot. But I want to just take a step back and talk about, like, why I made that video. For starters, you know, in general, and something that we're talking about right before the cast and everything, you know, I think in poker, most people have an attitude of, I'm going to stay away from anything controversial because, like, I don't want to get in it. I don't want to get attacked. I don't want people, like, calling me out. I don't want to turn into, like, I don't want to turn into a fight. And the thing is, like, you can't, like, just put yourself into everything controversial. Like, you can't just always do that because then you're that guy. But you also sometimes have to, like, so you have to sometimes be a part of something controversial, especially in situations where I think, like, something from, like, you know, a moral standpoint sort of needs to be said. You know, like with the more rake is better thing, like, as much of a joke as it was, and it was very funny. It also, you know, someone does have to stick up for the players. Someone has to say, like, look, like, you can't tell us it's better and then give us some bullshit example about how, like, no, all of the people win more because there's no good regs. Now you get that money. Everyone win. No, more money's being taken. Or, like, you know, with the Alec thing, he really did angle the guy. I don't think I don't think he did it on purpose. I do not think his goal was there. I'm gonna really get people by hiding these chips and then swinging it on him. I don't think that's what he was doing. I think, like, it kind of came out later that he rebought and he rebought over the maximum. And so I think, like, maybe he didn't want people to know he was rebuying over the maximum or something.
Right.
Which, you know, should you do that? No. But that's a very different kind of thing. Like, it's wrong, but it's not just like black or white like that. It's thinking wrong or right. If someone buys in over the maximum,
I mean, listen, a lot of people do that at high stakes. I don't know. I've played in games before where, I mean, normally a lot of higher stakes games are uncapped though, so it's not a big deal. But people certainly add on chips and you don't notice.
Definitely.
I think that's something that happens commonly too. I know this is a show where you're supposed to notify the producers in terms of how much you add on in a spot like that. And yeah, man, I don't know. I think that
hold on, let me finish though. Okay. So, like, that was wrong, but, like, not that bad. You know, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like,
that part not that bad.
Well, I mean, he shouldn't do it, but, like, if you're said, like, you know, 1 is, like, fine and 10 is just, like, you know, you straight up just, like, stole someone's money, I'd give that, like, a 2 or a 3. You know, like, shouldn't do it, but like, you know, hiding chips, people don't know you have them, is, like, much worse. That's, like, more like a 6 or 7 or something.
So, like, putting them behind your stack, like, and that's the situation.
So anyway, the thing is, like, I don't think he did that on purpose, but then the way he acted afterwards just simply was, like, not okay. It was like, oh shit, I had these hidden from you. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry about that. So legally, what do we do? Oh, legally, they're in. It was just kind of like that.
They called a lawyer, I think, right? They got a lawyer on the phone. Oh, the floor. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, I knew the floor. His name's Jim. He was the floorman when I did the first Brains vs. AI challenge. Nicest guy ever. Honestly, it was just like the whole time we were there, took care of everything. Just, like, would hang out with us. Like, honestly, great guy. So, like, I don't really want to say that, like, the floor made a mistake at all. They kind of actually left it up to them a bit, and then Alec just kind of forced his hand that, like, it's gonna all be in play.
Right.
So the problem is, like, when you make a mistake in life, and this is kind of a different topic, but important here. Look, guys, like, when you make a mistake in life, I know that there's kind of this new age trend. When you make mistakes, double down. You're never wrong. You know, like, no one's ever wrong. Like the Trump thing, like some other people in poker, you're never wrong. It doesn't matter what you did.
Right.
You just double down and you move on. I think that's just fucking bullshit. Like, sometimes in life you can be wrong. You know, no one's perfect. We make mistakes. The thing is, when you make a mistake, you have to do the right thing after that. You have to try and correct what you did, apologize for it, and be like, I'm going to be responsible for my actions here because I'm an adult, and that's part of being an adult. Part of being an adult is when you're wrong, you can admit it and make things right. People in general are okay with that. You know, I'm not saying that it makes doing something wrong okay, but, like, we're all human beings. We all make mistakes. And so, like, sometimes you have to be like, okay, like, let's do the right thing. So in this spot where he jams, he started talking about, like, you know, for the other two guys, like, what's fair to who and what's fair or not. I'll tell you what's never fair. What's never fair is the guy who jammed thinking you had 10K is now on the hook for 20 because you hid your chips. That just should never happen. Okay, I don't know what the technically right thing to do here. It's actually kind of complex if you think about, like, the way equity works and stuff. But the point is, the person hiding the chips should never gain, period.
So you think in that spot, he's just supposed to be like, okay, let's just put it in for what you thought I had, and then let's run it out in that spot?
Well, the only problem with that is then he could, like,
it opens up doors for other potential.
It opens up doors, but yes, that's definitely a better thing to do, because then you give the person that didn't see the chips an advantage. And when I say didn't see, I mean, there's also a little bit of a gray area here too. Like, it's lucky this was on TV, right? Because if this just happened in some cash game, we would never hear the story. You would never know. You'd hear people yelling about it. And you'd be like, well, we don't know, so whatever. But the thing is, we could actually see where the chips were, you know, which does, you know, makes a big difference. But you just have to do something. I think, honestly, the fair play is to just take the 10K that was supposed to be all in and take it back.
Right.
Or like, if the floor says, like, you know what, we're overruling, it's 20, which they didn't, but let's just say they did say that. Then you say to the other guy, look, whoever wins this pot, let's just settle 10 on the side separately after the hand, you know, because I want to make sure that I did right by you here. And that's what you should do. Own up to your mistakes. You know, you made the mistake here, you're responsible, and fix it. So the question now is, like, because like 4 or 5 days ago, he tweeted out, like, I am preparing a response, and it's been a while. We haven't seen a response.
No, I think he went out. I think he went over to the ocean. I think in Hawaii. He's filming in Hawaii on the ocean.
Oh man, we didn't even talk about the video he made. He gets in a jean vest, goes by the ocean.
I don't know, man. I got nothing wrong with Alec, but wait.
No, dude, honestly, I've talked to Alec. I don't
like Alec.
I don't have a problem with him in general. Like,
isn't he putting up a new module on Upswing about how to wear a button-up shirt with 3 buttons down?
No, he's not.
I'm kidding, guys. All right, so the video he made a video about it.
So he makes a video. And then he says, "This is what can happen to you if you misread people's stacks."
Just the glasses.
Oh yeah, just the glasses.
I don't know. The video's hilarious. You made that.
Yeah, actually, guys,
the video's ridiculous.
If you have not checked that video out, it's my favorite.
My God,
it's my favorite video I've done this year on my channel. It's called Alec Trelli Angle Shoots an Amateur or something like that. Strongly recommend checking it out. But anyway, the point is, like, he goes on his channel and says, like, this is what can happen to you if you misread people's stacks. And it's just like, that's not really what happened here. You know, yeah, he made a mistake in that he should have asked. But like, that's like, when you don't ask someone stack and then jam, in my opinion, you should kind of be responsible for like things near their stack. You know, like if you think he has 12K and he has 16, but you could see the chips, it's on you. But if you think he has 12K and then he busts out big chips from the back, that should not be on you.
Right. And then he blocked the guy afterwards too, or something like that. I mean, I
didn't hear that.
Yeah, the guy. So he wrote something about how he doesn't hate anyone. He just hates Alec Trelli for something that happened afterwards. And he wrote like a big response, I think, to
I saw that,
to the post that you made.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll kind of see what happens with that. We'll get that response going on. By the way, you know, I said about Alec, he's releasing that button-up GTO thing. I'm also going to release how to wear tank top properly.
Nice, probably.
And how to be
bang.
Yeah, I mean, bang myself. Exactly. I'm not the only, Alec's not the only one putting out a module like that. I'm putting out a module too. I'm actually going to be putting out a module on Upswing about, or a course. I got a course coming out since you guys got a lot of courses coming out. I'm going to be releasing a course on, it's like a merge, how to get out of line in Las Vegas during the World Series of Poker and be out every single night until 5 to 6 a.m. and absolutely lose track of where your life might be in the current place and time. I'm going to merge that with some.
Is there going to be a discount in the first week?
There will be a discount in the first week. We're going to be taking off $700 from the course.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's expensive course because I'm teaching how to get out of line.
Yeah. No,
and then I'm going to have some special content in there about how to play PLO tournaments. So I'm pretty excited to announce that. I felt like this would be a good time to announce.
No, it's the best time. The best time, yeah.
How the course is doing, man. So we just had the tournament course come out, PLP, where I gave away 20 bonus videos as extra content that I still haven't recorded quite yet because I've been in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tournament course come out. Yeah, the PLO course with J-Dad has come out. How's Upswing doing right now with all these courses out there, man?
Upswing's been doing great. You know, I think first off, I'm surprised at how big we've gotten, you know, in the last year and a half. I mean, we've only offered anything on Upswing since around last March or last February. And we're now like the biggest site in terms of traffic. So biggest training site, specifically training site. I know there are some sites that talk about strategy and stuff, but just like actual specifics training, we're the biggest one for poker now. And it's just crazy to see that transformation happened so quickly, right? Like a lot of the other things that have been out there for a while. And I think a big part of that was just getting involved in YouTube, Twitch, social media, all this stuff. Obviously winning stuff's good for the brand. It tends to help business when you win things. So yeah, it's been going amazing. I didn't actually realize that, you know, I could start my own company and build it to what it is today, you know, so successfully. Like, I knew that I needed to kind of take a step into something else. I wanted to go into something business related. Poker training made the most sense. you know, I've taught people in poker for a long time. Like I've brought a lot of people from small stakes to high
You
stakes.
taught me, buddy, how to be aggressive.
I taught this guy back in the
taught
day.
me how to raise the
back
button,
in the
raise
day.
the button, man. Honestly, you really did.
Yeah, I did. I taught you some stuff. So
Really did.
I felt like it was finally time where I didn't really have, you know, because like the thing is when you stake and coach people ask all the time still, can like you coach me? But I just don't have the time to do that one-on-one journey anymore. And like I've done that process with so many people that I also just don't really feel the same satisfaction from doing it. You know, like I was so happy for guys like Jimmy Chow, Don Kim, Jason Les when like they started to actually win a lot of money and get to high stakes. And obviously I made a lot from that too. But why are you laughing?
It's great.
Obviously I made a lot from that too. But you know, it changed their lives. Like it made them a lot more successful and allowed them opportunities that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So I'm like really happy for them. But I also don't have time to do that with more people. So it felt like the right transition. It felt like a good opportunity to kind of like expand to something else. And I'm really happy with it. You know, there were a lot of people in the Engage group on Facebook that are like, you know what, like I'm having like my best experience of poker ever. And like, I was just thinking about poker wrong. Like, thank you for making this stuff. You know,
I'm in the group. I've talked about this all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, the messages are consistently, it's every day people post in there. I even put a challenge out one time, like try to post something in here once a day for some period of time, because the more that you consistently keep working on your game and keep being engaged with a group like this, the better it's going to be for overall habits and for your game itself. And people took up that challenge. They started posting more in there. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I see the comments from people. This isn't like a made up thing. It's not a fucking scam. It's not like,
oh God.
I don't know. Like I that's the reason why I say this, because I literally see people talk about it and people talk to me privately about it too. And they say, I've learned so much from it. So it's pretty,
and
it's
you know
cool.
what? Honestly, like for me personally, my attitude with Upswing has always been this, like, I want to make sure people get like really good value when they buy things or when they buy anything from us. You know, I have answered a lot of questions in the groups. I definitely added in more content when needed. You know, in May we did 2 modules because I was like, you know what, we're releasing the tournament masterclass, but I want to make sure that like the lab gets something from me too about tournaments, because like they're going to be playing the World Series, and like I never want to be like, oh, like they're trying to make money and don't care about us. Like I really care about the people, man. Like I'm a people person. Like I love the interaction, and like I want to make sure that the guys like get good value in what they buy. You know, it's important. So I'm happy with what we're doing. I'm happy with what we put out there. I think the format's a lot better than like these other training sites, because we're not just like, here's imp videos, good luck. We're like, you know, start at the beginning and work your way towards the end. I mean, that makes more sense. Like I was talking with some guys at the Rio that said that like, you know, they absolutely like, they appreciate that format. They appreciate the like starting at the beginning and teaching like a comprehensive strategy from like a few people, rather than just like, all right, guys, here's 50 people, check out 400 vids, good luck. You know, it's a better way to learn. Like, just straight up. So it's exciting, man. It's exciting to actually have my own company and like be doing my own thing. And like, yeah, I'm proud of myself.
Who would have saw this coming, Doug?
I don't know.
Who would have saw this one coming? Certainly not me. When you told me about the idea, I'm like, this idea is, I mean, I don't know.
You.
It's like any, but I mean,
I was not on board at the start.
First conversation, I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna do really well. I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. It seems like most things that you do, though, you do pretty well. I mean, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to poker, when it comes to coaching, when it comes to starting a business, it seems like anything you really set your mind to, you're going to be able to do well with it.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what's actually awesome for me, because I have several people in my life that are like really supportive and like always think that I'm going to be successful. I do. And like you're right up there, man. Every time I'm going to do something, you're like, oh, it's going to crush. I'm like, dude, I haven't even tried it yet. I haven't even done anything. You're like, oh, you're just going to crush, man. Every time.
It's going to. I don't know. Like you said, you want to start the mainstream YouTube channel. I'm like, that's going to crush.
Yeah, I know. Everything
it's going to crush no matter what. You're like, PL course, it's going to crush.
Yeah, just everything I do, like it's the same response. So yeah, thanks, man.
It's easy to see. I don't know. I don't know. It's like I don't know, man. We got people in the chat out there. We got people out. We're Facebook Live in here. We got Instagram there. We got the wizard assistant Jonah back here. I love this little studio out here, man. You told me you're thinking about maybe doing some expansion. You just got seriously serious out here. The man who helps make these videos so beautiful that so many people out there get to enjoy. So, you know, what's the future hold now for you, man?
So I've been debating this a lot. I think this summer is going to be all poker stuff for sure. I'm not going to try and dip my toes anywhere else after that. In the fall, I'm going to be streaming a little bit more of the Bankroll Challenge. I know you guys love the Bankroll Challenge.
Oh,
Everyone loves the Bankroll. Thank God.
Thank the fucking Lord. Hallelujah.
I'm going to, guys.
The great game of PLO Bankroll Challenge.
I will eventually win the Bankroll Challenge. It's just going to take some years. Anyway, the point is, in the fall, I think I'm going to start to like maybe try and do a little something else as well. I don't know if that's going to be cryptocurrency. That's a really blown up space right now. I'm kind of debating starting to, make a cryptocurrency channel. I think a lot of the channels out there are either too complex or like they're not doing a good job in the YouTube game or whatever. So I might try and build a cryptocurrency channel.
Wow.
I think that would probably be the more profitable play because it's a valuable space. Part of me kind of wants to just try a mainstream like comedy channel. I don't think that I could make that much with it, but I think I would get a ton of LOLs out of it, and I would love my job. I love my job anyway, but like, imagine just waking up like, all right, I'm gonna make a funny video today about something. Like that just sounds great. Like that's an amazing life. So I might do that. Either way, I will continue to do poker videos, poker streaming, but I'm gonna, I think, start to try and step a little bit outside. Another thing that I'm considering doing, and maybe taking like some improv classes, or maybe start learning about stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
I think I'd like try and do that. I don't know. I want to start and try and step outside. I want to slowly just get more and more outside of my shell until I'm like doing other things, and like you only live once. Why not try and see what you're good at, see what you can accomplish, and like I am like totally cool failing. I know every time I say that you're like, you're not gonna fail, you're gonna crush every time. But I mean, I'm okay.
You are. I don't understand.
I'm okay.
It's gonna go well. I don't know.
I know. I know you believe in me.
I mean, the thing is, you put in the hours, it's gonna do well.
Yeah.
Plus, like you take this systematic, smart approach to everything. I don't know, man. It's like insane. You're doing all the social media stuff so well out there with the Instagram stuff and Snapchat, Twitter. I don't know. You keep track of all this shit, man. My God, I'm out here. I'm just trying to stay alive when I'm here, man. So it's like Doug's going to fix some right now.
Yeah.
Got the IG live on there, man.
You can only stream for, I don't know, an hour, or we're back live. Okay, we're good.
Guys, we are live on here. Let's give a couple of shout outs, man. Hold on. Who we got in the chat? I see Pete from High Stakes Database out there. Stephanie Bisson out there. Corey Kenyon. Man, you bring the ladies out for these ones, man. Trevor Jones.
Bringing the ladies out.
Minute 27. Remy 76. Miguel Sanchez. Zach Wilson. What up, papi? Colamos a cara molacita, man. What you got? You got one? Go ahead, give one.
Who got in the mix? Trying to see what we got. I don't know. These are your peeps, man. These are the Joe Ingram peeps.
Bang, bang.
Oh, what's up, Pete? We got Pete in the mix from High Stakes DB.
One of the most inspirational writers on the entire internet. Pete from High Stakes Database. A man doing God's work.
Awesome. Jeremy Ross, what's up, dude?
OL Grind Nation.
Confirmed.
Doug, do you have any tips for people out here that enjoy getting out of line like myself and maybe stay out? Because there's one thing I've been noticing is I was talking with Kelly Winterhalter. She you had her on. You did a poker head about her. Had her on a podcast. She's got a company called LOVE Skin. She was telling me about how you can eat her product. I still want to see the receipts on that, Kelly. But she said she's got this product that would help with my lips. And I feel like in Vegas with the lips, everyone has the dry throat. Everyone has the nose. How can people, the comments are going crazy now, but it's got delay. What's like the secret? You lived in Vegas for a long time. How can people that are here can make this stuff better? Because I swear to God, this is one of the most annoying things about being in Vegas. It's just the throat and the
Honestly, there's always going to be a transitional period when you come to Vegas. For starters, like I get a lot of nosebleeds. And I feel like in life, most people just don't get nosebleeds. And then there are some people get them all the time. If you get nosebleeds a lot, I feel you.
Is this a hidden meaning?
No, this is not cocaine.
Like,
actually,
I was thinking you're trying to brag about playing high stakes or something like that.
Oh God, no, I'm not trying to brag.
I don't know what nosebleeds. I'm not sure where you're at.
I actually get nosebleeds, and whenever I get back to Vegas from somewhere, it dries my nose out. And I get like first week I'm back in Vegas, I get a nosebleed like every day. It's like ridiculous. And then sometimes I'll get a nosebleed. I'm in the shower, and then you're just stuck. Because like you can't step out of the shower, you have blood everywhere. So I'm just like, I take like hours.
Close your eyes and imagine that, guys. Doug's standing there in the shower with his bleeding nose. Hold on, I see it. Oh my God. Whew. Okay, I got it. Go ahead. All right. So nosebleed. How can we fix that? Is there any way to fix it?
I think it's just part of being in the desert, man. Humans aren't really supposed to live here.
It's such a great place. Do you still love Vegas?
Yeah, I love Vegas.
This is amazing out here. I love it out here. I mean, I'm also like seeing a different side of Vegas. I'm not sure how much you really see anymore. I'm going out but with you. Yeah, maybe it's good that you don't go out, to be honest. Maybe it's good that she got your girlfriend and you're probably gonna get married sometime in the near future. I just see it coming. I don't know. I do.
His words.
It's coming, but it's distracting out here. Very distracting, especially when you know more people and you're a fun guy. You like to have fun. You like to have a good time. You're a professional dancer. You like dancing. I mean, you love dancing. I know you love dancing.
Yes, of course.
So how do you manage? You do. How do you manage the distractions that come your way? Because I'm sure when you come out here now, I mean, I see you at the Rio, dude. Everyone's trying to get a photo. Everyone's trying to say what's up. Everyone's trying to say we love you, Supreme Leader. They bowed. I've seen one guy kneel down in front of me. I saw one guy, and I'm not kidding, guys. One guy kneeled down. You can't see me on my knees. He hailed the Supreme Leader. He went like this. I never seen anything like it in my entire life. I'm serious, that happened. But how do you deal with all these distractions? People wanting your photo, people wanting to hang out, people wanting some money, they want something from you at this point in time because you got a lot of things you can offer people.
Okay, so a few different things there. As far as getting out of line goes, back in the day when I was 21, wink, wink, and then also 21 and older, 21 to 24, that range, I partied a lot, man. I did the clubbing. I used to go out clubbing 4 or 5 times a week. I got super out of line all the time. And then I feel I just kind of got to a point where I was over it. And I'm still down every now and then go out and hang out and drink and, maybe every blue moon get super out of line. But in general, I kind of don't like that stuff as much anymore because it feels kind of hollow. Because then the night's over, right? And maybe you had a good night, but then your life is in the same place. I like doing things where the next day I wake up and I've furthered my life. I'm in a better place. I've done things that are going to help me down the road. I've built something. That's what's fun to me. What's fun to me is building for tomorrow every day.
Wow.
And is that am I old?
No, that's a good one.
Anyway, the thing is, I guess that's what I like to do in my life. That's what I like to take steps towards. And it just doesn't do it for me anymore. But the thing is, everything in moderation is cool. If you're generally in line and then every now and then you go out and party or whatever, that's fine. There's no problem with that at all. It just can't become a way of life,
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of value in terms of going out with certain people and building relationships with those people in some type of setting like that. I think some people that I've gotten to know very well in the poker world, those relationships were built being out late and kind of having a good time, having fun.
For sure.
So I think there is some value if you look at it from that standpoint. I feel like a lot of the reason I go out is because there's a lot of value just in terms of building these relationships with people too.
Yeah, definitely.
In addition to maybe just drinking or doing this or doing that or whatever. So it's not just I'm going out there just to fucking get fucked up. It's more I'm going there to spend time with people.
Totally agree. But we also got to let the good people know we're having a party. Upswing Poker is
I can't wait.
Renting out.
I can't wait, kid.
Surrender Nightclub.
Yes.
July 7th. You have to be on the list to get in. Have to be. The list is on. Where do we have the list up at? God damn, I don't even know where it is. Probably on the Upswing socials, I imagine. Upswing Poker and Twitter, whatever.
Okay.
You have to be on the list, and you got to be the first 1,000 people. I know that doesn't seem too exclusive, but I foresee this filling out.
Last year we had a couple hundred people there.
Yeah, sure. It was a small area.
It was a small area last year.
So it's going to be we're renting out Surrender Nightclub for 7 p.m. to 10, and then after that it's just going to be the nightclub normally. So you can come hang out, party. We're going to get a table after the Upswing party. Everyone can stay, obviously. It's going to be a night swim, so you want to come swim and hang out, that's cool too.
And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to do a giveaway right now. I'm going to give away something. If you come to the Upswing party at Surrender Nightclub and you don't know how to talk to girls, me and my man Doug, we're going to go find some girls for you there. Because I know a lot of guys out there, they're going to come. They're going to be quiet.
Guaranteed.
They're going to be sitting in the corner like this. They ain't going to be saying much, talking about range. You see the Rangers we shoved up with the tournament?
They're going to show up, and I'm going to be like, have I mentioned the giveaway? That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
And then you're going to give away.
What's the giveaway here?
I don't know.
All right, so you heard that here first.
All right, a giveaway. We're giving away this. You got to go to the Upswing party. Okay, you go to the Upswing Poker party, all right? The person with the best caption on Doug's photo of me and him on this couch that he posted on his Instagram page, Doug Polk Poker. I guess that guy's to come to the party then too. This is kind of a complicated one when you think about it, right?
It's a complicated one.
Fuck, man. Only comment if you're going to the party, but you can comment anyway. I don't care. Someone in there.
This is not how you do giveaways.
I just killed it.
You gotta do this, then you gotta do that, then you gotta show up, then you gotta be friends with Doug, then you gotta do 10 push-ups.
Can we do that?
I mean, I don't know. It's your fucking giveaway. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know. Listen, you come up to me. If you say you're at the party,
it doesn't have to be a giveaway. If you show up, this guy will hook you up with the latest tips to pick up women. I'm going to introduce you to the women that are there. Are there going to be women there? Are we busting in women? Can we get women to come to the party?
Listen, I do not want to go to Upswing party with fucking 800 dudes and 200 girlfriends there.
Well, then I'll see you the day after.
Oh, bang, bang. You're sure we can't? There's an app called Circus. The DFS sites use them. They bring the women too.
I mean, look, I'm trying to invite everyone that has anything to do with Upswing or poker or whatever.
Okay.
And then you can show up, get in free, 2 free drinks, hang out.
2 free drinks, that's it?
Yeah, 2
What?
free drinks.
2 free drinks?
We didn't rent the bar out? God.
You just made $3.55
What are
million.
we, broke?
You sold 1 million courses for
We're giving
the tournament course.
1,000 people 2 free drinks. Whatever. It's never enough, guys. Sorry.
won't-
You
they
want
won't-
no free drinks because this guy's being an asshole. That's right. Everyone's sober because of this
Wait,
nonsense
why don't we do
right
open
here.
bar? Can we do open bar?
Do you realize how expensive open bar at a Vegas nightclub would be?
No.
Think about. Yeah, I know you don't.
I'm not spending the money. I can listen. I'm fighting for the people.
Do you realize how expensive?
You're fighting for the people.
Hold on, 1,000-person open bar at a major Vegas nightclub. Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Unbelievable!
I see it your way.
Unbelievable!
You've convinced me, my friend. This is like we'll talk over again. You've convinced me that you guys are making a financially sound move by not doing this. Okay, so 2 free drinks.
You get in for free.
Can I get more? Can I get more
drinks.
than 2 free drinks?
I mean,
as being an affiliate, the Upswing Poker's top affiliate, could I get more than 2 free drinks?
Guy.
Are we giving me an award there?
You want an award?
I should get an award for being the top Upswing Poker affiliate.
You are actually a sick affiliate.
I know.
You are the illest.
I am the top.
You're the illest. In the,
I should get an award there, I think.
We'll figure something out.
All right. Is there gonna be like do people talk to you there? Is it gonna be like? Is there maybe like a panel or something like that? Should we do a live podcast maybe July 6th?
A live podcast,
and then we can invite some people to come to that.
Yeah, we can do that
from Surrender, but I mean, find somewhere to do it, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's for sure going to fill out. We're already at 1,000 people on the list. Obviously, some people are not going to show up, but important to remember: first 1,000 people on the list, or you're not getting in. Don't show up and be like, "Oh, my buddy's here. Guess what? Your buddy on the list." No, sucks for your buddy. Get on the list. And look, there's no cap on the list. So if you might go, you might not go, get in the list. Be safe about it. But it should be good, man. Like, you get to meet me, Fees, Matt Collette, Upswing Matt.
Legend.
Joey's going to be there. I think we're going to have some other people joining us too. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun last year, guys. It was a great time. Definitely come out there.
I think Tonka said he was going to swing by as well.
Tonka's going to come by?
Yeah, he's going to swing by.
I love Tonka.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
I love Tonka. Who brings his girlfriend out here? I don't know if he's got his girl coming out here to Vegas or not.
Sure.
So
I'm not sure.
She lives in Sweden, I think. So.
It's kind of tough, I think. Let's change subjects a little bit here. It's kind of tough, I think, for players to bring their girlfriend when they go on poker trips.
Tough.
Because
here's
the thing, especially if you're a tournament player, your day is I'm gonna play tournaments all day, right?
All day long.
And then it's like, okay, so what do they do?
Right.
And it's like sometimes you get off at 2 a.m. Can't go to dinner anywhere nice.
Right.
You're
tired. You're exhausted.
You're tired.
You're worn out. Right.
I'm like, all right, time to hit the club. No.
Right.
No, it's not where you're at. So I think some players bring their girlfriend, some don't. But I think it's really important if you're a poker player, you're debating coming, with your girlfriend or not, to really just let them know, look, I'm gonna be really busy, so I don't want you to think that we're gonna do a lot of going out and stuff, and obviously you're always welcome to come, but also I don't want you to be like, oh man, he's playing another poker tournament.
Right. That's
what it's gonna be like. You're gonna be playing poker tournaments.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's always interesting because people bring their significant other out here for the entire month and a half, and normally those people.
Yeah, you brought Jonah.
Bang, bang. No, listen, Jonah has been getting the last couple of nights. I gave him I said that he wasn't getting out of line enough, and he's decided to prove me wrong by getting more out of line than I've ever been in my entire life.
Shout out to Jonah, by the way. Shout out to Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah does great work behind the scenes. He met his heroes, the Chainsmokers, last night.
Oh wow!
He literally met them. We went to Excess last night. He got in the booth somehow up there, and he met the Chainsmokers last night. Shout out to my buddy Ryan Marks for helping to make that happen. But yeah, he's been getting after it, man. He is a professional when it comes to meeting people that have a lot of Instagram followers that he enjoys following.
Nice.
Let's put it like that. So
I've even before Jonah was your assistant, when he was just making vids on YouTube and just I see him in the streets, very good editing skills, puts a lot of pride into his work. Good guy to team up with for sure. For sure. I definitely agree with that. Do you have a question, Jonah? Maybe you wanted to give to us for the people?
Not right now.
You think about the question, man.
I'll think about the question.
You think about the question. We'll come back to the question, okay?
Yes. Okay.
But yeah, man. Obviously, World Series going on here. Do you have, or actually, one thing I have on the list here, the video blog things. A lot of people have been doing a lot of content out here these days. And I remember, there was one thing people had talked about in the chat, the staying in the ground thing. I think someone said, was this allegedly or something like that? He made some sort of comment about you and didn't seem like a very nice comment. And what's happening with you and D-Negs? Because I don't know, I think people are very curious about that now with him being so vocal and him being so out there with his video blogs, and obviously you being so vocal out there with yourself. it seems like the people there probably wonder why you guys don't get along or whatever. You know, where's the situation stand with you two guys?
By the way, before I answer the question, I want to point out that we have a list of items here. I think we're on the second item.
I haven't even looked at the list, honestly.
You got it on the second item. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. There are a lot of people doing vlogs on YouTube. It's a really popular thing this summer. You know, obviously, Nemi's still vlogging. D-Negs is vlogging. Jeff Gross is vlogging. I'm vlogging. But I'm doing it not quite as much as them. You know, I'm going to vlog some tournaments.
Right.
I'm not doing the daily, like, everyday grind vlog. I'm going to throw some more down, play a few more events, maybe play some cash or something, and I'll vlog that too. But I think vlogging is a really good format for people to enjoy poker. Like, they get to see what kind of behind the scenes. They get to see what the tables are like, the chips, the cards. They get to see what the casinos are like. They get to see, you know, some hands. You get to, like, maybe talk about some hands. So I think it's a good format. I think it's a format that people enjoy.
Right.
You know, I think it's probably the most popular form right now of poker content. I think that, like, when there's a lot going on like now, it's a really good format because you get to see, like, kind of what's going on, right? Whereas in, like, the months that are more off, I think format's kind of more like poker hands, like I do.
I missed that so much.
Tend to be a little bit better. So yeah, like, as far as me and D-Negs go, you know, when I was growing up in poker, I always had, like, a lot of respect for Negreanu.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he's done a lot for the game, and he was definitely one of my poker heroes. It just, you know, I've gotten a little older, and, like, I see some of the things he does and says, and I don't know, I guess I'm just a little disappointed. I'm just a little disappointed.
In fact, it's a combination of different things in terms of Poker Stars related kind of stuff and other stuff, or what?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a bit just like kind of some of the things he says and does. I felt like the whole rake thing, you know, earlier when I said, like, it's okay to be wrong about things, I think he should have just said, look, rake isn't better. But what he did say was, like, oh, well, it's not. He said this, I never said that, but here's some examples of how it is. If the good regs are gone, you know, and then he did, like, the example. So it's kind of like, well, did you never say it? Or, you know, are you going to give this example or whatever? And, like, the point is this, like, at the end of the day, like, you gotta look out for the players, you know, because don't forget, without the players, there is no Poker Stars. There is no World Series. Like, you need the people there. Don't treat them like they're cattle and they don't care and, like, lay on your couch and say bad things about them. Like, you gotta have some, you gotta stand up for people sometimes. And, like, yeah, you know, I said that, and I get it that, like, D-Negs is one of the biggest names in poker. I understand that, and I get that, like, clearly he's not going to try and help me out if I say things like that, because it's like, you know, it's not in his best interest if someone's saying negative things to then work with them. I get that too, but, like, I'm never going to put myself in a position where I'm going to stand up, or I'm not going to say what needs to be said because I want to be friends with someone and, like, network. Like, I honestly think that that's bullshit. I think that a lot of the people in poker, one of the reasons that they don't say anything is because they're like, oh, well, one day I'm gonna get sponsored by whoever or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, like, you know, I'm not saying that I would never work with a poker company. You know, I'm not saying that.
Hashtag 888 poker.
No, not saying that at all. But the point is, like, I don't need the money. You know, I don't need the money. I don't need someone to, like, help me. I'm my own man. I made my own business. I got here at poker from $10 or $20 or whatever, and I'm here today. And, like, if that means that, like, sometimes I make some enemies with people that, you know, are public figures, then, like, so be it if I think that something needs to be said. And, like, some of the other things after that, like, have just seemed, like, really petty to me. You know, when he says, like, oh, man, Luke Schwartz is awesome. Like, he always talks the truth. Like, amazing guy. And it's just like, we get it. You know, we get it. Or, like, he had a lot where he's like, oh, man, my hair looks like I'm a douchebag. Kind of like, well, never mind. Just like, all right, I get it, D-Negs. Like, I get it. But the thing is this, like, I'm not attacking D-Negs as a person here. I'm saying that, you know, you shouldn't tell people it's good for them when you increase the rake. I'm not like D-Negs is a shitty person. In fact, I've said a lot publicly that, like, what he's done for the game is great. Mm-hmm. I just, you know, he's brought a lot of people in. That's good for the game. And he's an outgoing person. He's, like, good for TV, all that kind of stuff. But, like, at the end of the day, like, you got to stand up for the people that got you there.
Right. It's interesting. So, I mean, I think a lot of people out there, obviously, they look up to Daniel as well, too. You know, these would have been one of those famous poker players around for a very long time. And you sort of mentioned, you know, I guess, like, the idea of support. And overall, from the poker community, from maybe people like Daniel or other people, or even other media companies, do you feel like this stuff that you do is supported by them? Because I do think that, you know, obviously you've been putting out great content that clearly many people around the world have enjoyed very, very much. But at the same time, from my perspective, it doesn't seem like people support that for a number of different reasons. Whether it's because they might not be upset about something because you said something about their friend or anything like that, or maybe about them, who knows why. But overall, it seems like for the quality of the content you're putting out there and the reaction and the love and the enjoyment it gives people out there, it seems like the support doesn't necessarily, I don't know, it just really isn't there overall.
I mean, the thing kind of is this, and this is another important thing to understand in poker. The poker world is small in terms of like companies and who owns what and who has shares and who has say. And so if you anger a few people, that can have an effect in a bunch of different places. So that's one of the kind of the problems in poker, I think. And I'm not saying that there's a good solution there, but there's just tight-knit groups of people. And there aren't that many companies. The world of poker is not that big. There are not too many companies that are in the mix. I would say overall, I think that I've definitely gotten more than my fair share of coverage on sites. I mean, really, like, I've been in the news a lot for different things I've been part of. So I'm not complaining at all on that side. I think I've gotten more than my fair share. But in some examples where I've not, I think the one that we always talk about, I guess, like the American Poker Awards, where like, I didn't get nominated for anything. And it's just kind of like, all right, I mean, I get it. Like, there are certain people that like, I understand, no worries. But like, that's not what it's about. It's not about like, a group of 20 people who jerk each other off being like, oh, Doug's good. No, Doug's not good or whatever. I don't care. Like, that's not what it's about. What it's about is like trying to do something that actually makes a difference, that actually has an impact in the world of poker. And like to a lot of people, like, I know I've made some enemies. I've had some beef with some people. I get that. But I've also managed to make like some friends with a lot of people too.
For sure.
Like, I've managed to make, some good connections with different people that have similar goals to me. And so, yeah, like, I think it's kind of part of the way that things work is that when certain people get upset, they try and do what they can to hurt you. But I'm just not going to let that bullshit get in the way of what my goals are.
I mean, if you keep taking down one drops.
If you take down one
drops. It doesn't matter really, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, yeah.
I mean, winning sort of is in poker, winning is the thing that, that really sort of transcends a lot of things, right? Like if you're winning and you're crushing, you're doing well, a lot of stuff doesn't fucking matter sometimes to people. Like they care about the winners. They care about who's doing well. They care about, like you look at, I mean, Fedor is out there. Fedor now he's turning that and he's transitioning to this business out there, and they care about Fedor so much because he's a winner.
Right.
They don't give a fuck about some of the other German guys because they've been winning things.
Right.
Whether they're both great people, they're both really smart people. They just, they like winning. That's what they love. So,
well, I mean, what, the world loves a winner, and even more specifically, I would say America loves a winner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really both things, but no one's like, oh man, I want to hear the story of the guy that like put a lot in the line for the one drop and busted. That's not a great story. I mean, it's like maybe in a way it could be a good story, but it's not the same. You don't. People enjoy listening to that situation. They don't like that person. Whereas like when somebody wins something, they're the guy. They won. They're like, what I'm saying? They're the successful person. People like that story, and they like to hear from that person because they want to be like, well, how can I be like that? What can I do? And look, I hate to break it to you guys, but a lot of it is luck in these situations. Like, I'm not trying to downplay the fact I won a big event. I'm proud of what I did. And I think I played well. I made some of the right moves at the right time. But at the end of the day, I had to pick up big hands. We were short stacked. It's not like I
make that straight
Doug
7-8.
expertly maneuvered through 20 big blinds. He ducked right. Then he ducked left. Then he gave him the 1-2. And then no, it's not like
Jesus. Okay.
It's not like I was.
My God, did you?
Yeah.
Did. I think you did. Now you mentioned that. It makes sense.
I mean, the thing is, like,
you 1-2'd with 7-8 versus top pair that one hand, but then he folded the river. So it's kind of.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is,
Queen Jack, bam, LP.
I definitely
take the uppercut.
So anyway, like,
dude, I'm still happy Elke's back. Just totally off.
Elke's great, man. Fuck, man. Elke's great.
I love. I could talk in that French accent all day long, man. My God.
It is a little hard to understand him sometimes because
you're like, I agree. So sick. Oh my God, dude. Oh man. But yeah, it is pretty interesting to be when I was at the, you win the one drop and you kind of see other people's reaction to you, and you see the people clamoring to get close. You got some of these crazy, people that are huge fans out there of just yourself, and then sometimes like I over there, they're like, "Puppy, what's up?" It's sort of a little weird, I'm walking around the past couple nights. I've been walking around 4:30 a.m. and then I like, "Puppy, you getting out of line tonight?" It's like, man, it's a little bit. It's an interesting thing that I don't think anyone really like. put a book out there on how to deal with stuff like that. No one really writes about how do you deal with these people who now look up to you, or they respect you, or they're just huge fans, or like they're fucking breaking down emotionally when they might see you.
Yeah.
There's really no way to learn.
John, could you actually get the door? Is that cool?
There's no way how to learn to do that effectively, really. So how do you approach that? Because now you're at a point now where I feel like it only goes up from here.
Right.
That's sort of the fan engagement with you. It doesn't go down. It's just going to keep going up.
Well, you know what? It's interesting. Really, for me, I'm not sure if you've kind of felt this too. I imagine you have to some extent. But like, the last, let's just say 2 years, right? Like 2 years ago, like a couple people knew who I was, but it was like kind of it. And then last year, I'd started to do things, and I got like some notice from some people or whatever.
Right.
And then this year has been like just insane. And part of that is the one drop, but it was happening before the one drop. Just like the amount of people that like know who I am, like want to take a picture or like just talk for a second or whatever. It's like things have like drastically changed, things have drastically changed in the last couple of years. But like I'm okay with that, and sometimes like look, here's the thing, like I can kind of see why maybe some people get a little bit annoyed by it. There was one time where like right after I won the one drop, I was like celebrating, like I just won, and someone's like Doug on the rail. I'm like, yeah, what's on there? He's like, so in the spot where you had the queen, like, do you really think he had top pair? Like, what do you think of? And I'm just like, oh god, we're gonna do hand histories right now, like, in spots like that, I'm like, it's like, dude, like you're misjudging the situation. But like in general, like I'm more than happy to like talk to people, like say what's up, take a picture, that's fine, I do actually feel kind of bad sometimes. Like sometimes I only have 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and I actually saw Phil Homie talking about this earlier before the series. He's like, you know what, I'll take all the pictures you want, everything you want, but if I'm on the break in the World Series of Poker, like, let me do my thing. And I was like, maybe that's a little aggressive on his part. But then I started to experience it, and I'm like, oh, I see what he means. Like, if you spend your whole 20 minutes taking pictures and hanging out and stuff, then like you can't go to the bathroom, get a drink, get some food, get whatever.
Right.
You're kind of like stuck. So, I do my best with it. Like I like meeting people. I like saying what's up. If you see me, feel free to say what's up, take a pic, all good for sure.
Do they say what's up or what's up, guys? What do they say? What's up, guys?
You know what's actually really funny?
I've
had a few people like say my saying.
What do they say?
There was one in the parking lot.
I want to missay your saying now that I think about it.
It was like, what's going on, guys? Doug Polk here. I'm like, that is not it. You watched maybe 2 minutes or something.
In that voice right there?
Yeah. Like,
what's going on, guys? Doug Polk here.
Yeah, like in that voice.
Okay, we don't that. Okay.
I hope he was trolling me. I hope he's like, yeah, Doug is gonna be like, but yeah, I've gotten an absurd amount of trolling. People have been trolling me an absurd amount.
I hope so.
I've been called Vanessa Selfs at the World Series, like I'm gonna say 50 times. In fact, one time I was just randomly taking B-roll footage, and someone just called me Vanessa Selfs, and I just made the vlog. I'm just like filming, and they're like, "What's up, Selfs?" Or like whatever. And
you do realize that more people are now going to call you Vanessa Selfs when they see this.
I mean, it's not. Dude, I really don't care. Like I'm in it for the lulz, guys. If you like.
No. Now it's gonna be less cool because like everyone else is doing it. So like.
Shout out to Fees, by the way, stopping on by.
What's up, guys? I'm here for the
tournament videos. The podcast got delayed a little bit.
Tournament videos.
We're doing some work here.
My God, man, you're always on the grind, kid. Always on the grind. Say a couple questions from the chat here. We're gonna wrap things up. People say I'm licking my lips. Listen, my lips, these fucking things are so dry out here. I don't know what to do. I've been trying all these different products on here. The Vegas just crushes it. By the way, guys, we did announce that we're gonna be giving away an out of line VIP night out with me and Doug, and I'm sure Fees will be there, and I'm sure J-Mo will probably be out there, and Joan will be there. A lot of people will be there.
If you said I never agreed to that, guess what? Join the club. I wake up and I'm like, okay, first thing to do when you wake up, check Twitter, obviously. Check Twitter. Oh, I mentioned. Oh, click on it. Okay. Giveaway retweet for out of line VIP experience with me and Doug Poker. We're taking you out. Retweet to enter and win. I'm like,
yeah. Why not? All right. It seemed like a good idea. I don't know.
And then I asked Joey later. He's like, yeah. The thing was, I was like, maybe I should ask Doug about this. I was like, no. I don't
know. It seemed like something you enjoy.
I'm in.
Because the thing is, you win the one drop.
It's all good.
You're going. You win the one drop. You want to go.
I'm good. We're in.
See,
I'm in.
I knew he's in.
By the way, how sick is it you did a giveaway if Doug wins the one drop and then like.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I'm like, man, I'm going to give away fucking VIP right now, man. I mean, I was like, worst things could happen. You know,
worst things could happen.
Like, all right, takes it down. You know, a lot of people make money. Okay,
Yeah,
it could be worse.
Could be worse.
We'll be doing that drawing sometime soon. We'll have that giveaway. We'll have that night out. Whenever, if you're in town sometime, you can let us know whoever wins that thing, and we'll do something. Who knows what we're gonna do? But I don't know, man. It could be pretty fun, man.
Want to go through one or two more of these topics?
Yeah,
first?
yeah. A couple more topics, and then let's wrap things up over here. Shout out to Mike Dentale. Of course, I see Mike Dentale everywhere. It seems like out here as well too.
I won the one drop with Mike's hand.
Queen 5,
yeah.
Right? So I don't know this question about. So you needled someone for Queen 5 or what's like the? Actually, I want to talk about. Yeah, just give that short one. But there's something else I want to talk about after that.
Am I going to apologize to Mike Dentale for shitting on him for the Queen 5 hand? No, he played those Queen 5s terrible. I mean, I like Mike. Mike in person, one of the nicest guys you'll meet.
Yeah, great arms.
But like when he tweets, he just gets the fire, you know? Just gets the fire.
Yeah.
No, he played those hands poorly. I mean, I think he knows that. I don't think it's like a secret. And yeah, why would I apologize for that? It's weird.
So one thing I want to talk about with you was Poker Go. I don't think I actually spoke about this yet. So Poker Go has got their thing out, $9.99 subscription, $99 for a year. If you use the promo code that everyone else is putting out there, I actually don't have one to use, but everyone's been spamming the promo code out there, and they did the Super High Roller Bowl. They streamed it on there. You know, what's sort of your thoughts on the whole Poker Go thing and what they're doing with the World Series of coverage now, being streamed behind that paywall, and just the overall direction of things?
Yeah, so this is actually one of the things that I'm kind of on the fence about. You know, I did like kind of a long post on Reddit about it where I kind of gave my thoughts, but basically, like, it's definitely not good for poker. That is a paywall to watch poker. Okay, it's definitely not good for you know, poker long term. But people also do need to realize a little bit here that the service that they were getting before for free was like ridiculous. You're getting to watch like every day footage of World Series of Poker final tables with commentary for free.
Right.
You know, they have to pay the commentary. They have to pay for the setup. They have to pay for all these things. And I know that they're getting rake from the event and everything, but like this is a service they're doing in addition to that, you know? So like I think that the price point is pretty reasonable for what they're offering. Is it worse than before? Obviously. Is it good for poker to put up paywalls? No. But I think it's fair. I think it's a fair price for the service that they are offering. Now, as far as like the technical problems go, like obviously they need to fix that stuff. I think it's getting better. Maybe it has, maybe it's not. And look, guys, like I'm not like, so people have been like, are you shilling for Poker Go? Actually, I specifically didn't. And that's why there's no promo code Doug. And I'm not involved with Poker Go at all, at least for now or whatever, other than I will go and commentate on some of the episodes.
Right.
But, you know, the thing is this, like, I'm a little sad to see the direction it's gone, but this is like where we're kind of at with poker now. And if we're like, oh, we're gonna attack the World Series of Poker coverage for this because it's like this, you know, this is one of the best events poker really has. You know, this probably is the best event that poker has, and I want to at least make sure that like I can do my best to make it successful, you know, and then see what happens. Now, look, if it doesn't go well, we'll see what happens after that. I would like to see it be free. I would like to see it like be streamed like that. But again, like you have to figure out sponsorships that make that work for everybody.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. The reaction from people hasn't necessarily been the most positive, and I don't know. We'll kind of see exactly if they, you know, if they decide. It seems like there's plans in the works to sort of change things about make the production better, make the setup better, make the, you know, some different things better. But I know people are upset that not all the events are being streamed. So, you know, I definitely understand people's, you know, outcry about it, but at the same time, I understand Poker Go's perspective as well too.
That's a bigger problem. Like I think like having events that are important that you're not going to stream is like a bigger problem than the fact that you get to pay for it. Like if you're going to pay for the service and then there's like events going on people want to watch, and you're like, oh, we're not going to show them. Then it's kind of like, well, I'm paying you, and now you're not showing us some of the events that we want. So, you know, I do think that like daily coverage would be more ideal. I don't really know what their game plan is like down the road if they're trying to do more daily coverage. I know that they are planning on trying to do something after the World Series as well.
Yep.
I'm not exactly sure what that will entail. I don't know if it's public or not public. I have some ideas. It seems like they're working on some cool stuff. Seems like it. But I guess
they might be. They might be, guys. They might be. Maybe Doug may be on some of these.
Who knows?
Who really knows, man? But yeah. Let me look on here. I think so you got coming up here. So you did the Pertouche podcast yesterday. PLP. No one loves poker more than Pertouche. So you guys talked about Super High Roller Bowl as well. What happened with him? You talked about the module that he's got in the tournament course by checking back the over full house, I believe, too, on that episode as well, too, and tournament course as well. So what do you got planned for coming up this week? Tomorrow we got Fedor Holes. The young Prince himself is going to be on the show. And then what else you got coming up here for content wise?
So tomorrow, I'm doing a podcast with Fedor at 2 p.m. We're moving it back a little bit, but over on my channel. And then After that, I'm going to probably do a few vlogs.
Cool.
Not exactly sure like what
context.
Yeah, well, I'm going to play it by ear, man. Like, I'm going to play some poker. If like there's a subject I want to do a video on, there's like a lot of shit going on right now that could make for like, potentially good video. I might want to do a video on like, there's a post that kind of got brought up recently where it was like back when I was like 17 or 18 or whatever. And I was like, oh, I just can't win in poker. What should I do, guys?
17, what do you mean?
Like 10 years ago.
You were playing the casino?
No. It's like a post online where I was like, the post is called I'm reaching the end of my rope. And it's a post I made 10 years ago.
When you were 17?
On 2+2. I guess
when you were playing, oh, okay. 18,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
1 year.
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm not sure.
I was like, guys, I just don't know what to do. I can't win. Help me, please. And like people like gave me advice. I might do a video kind of on that, like what to do when you feel like you're in that situation. I might do a video on like some of the marked cards stuff. I think that could be like a pretty reasonably good video too.
Yeah, people love those videos. I was playing with some guy in the PLO tournament, and he's like, "Oh, do you watch any YouTube stuff?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I watch a little bit. I watched Doug Polk stuff." I go, "What got you into Doug Polk's videos?" He said, "It was one of these videos about something with it had a clickbait, had a really engaging title. It talked about there's the Negreanu and Mercier one." I was like, these clickbait titles get this, like this guy, like an older gentleman from from Midwest, like a family guy, got a business, and that was the video that kind of got him in. So I think people really do like videos like that. I think they really respect what you say about incidents, especially that card marking thing, which was a pretty big thing that did take place. And I know the World Series of Poker, I understand that the rake, they're just not charging enough rake, so it's very hard to actually buy enough decks. Because when decks get marked, and it takes 45 minutes to find a deck, and I understand times are tough for the World Series of Poker, and I understand
but
that.
I do want to just clarify quickly here because there have been like some comments about what exactly was marked on them. So look, I'm not like an expert here on marked cards, okay? But I got dealt my 2 cards, right? This in the 1-drop or 4 or 5 handed. And I looked down, and each card has like little white dots. Some of them bigger, some of them smaller, and then like they're kind of like in like different like patterns and stuff. And then I think we eventually looked at the whole deck, and there was even some that had marks down kind of like the side a little bit. Now, I do not know if it was from the shuffler. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was from like a faulty deck. I don't really know what exactly happened, but I can tell you this: my 2 cards, different markings. We looked at all the cards, different markings. Now, I'm not jumping the gun to saying that means someone was cheating. I'm not saying that it was on purpose that it was like this, but then the World Series of Poker what's his name? Sean something or other. I forget his name. But anyway, one of the World Series of Poker people, one of the Caesars guys, VPs, came out and said, turns out that information was false. They weren't marked. Or something like that. Oh. And it's just like, what do you mean? I
think his name's Seth, by the way.
Seth, yeah, Seth. I'm like, I mean, you might mean that they weren't being used for cheating, but you can't tell me that they weren't marked. I looked at them, and the markings were different per card. Every card was different.
Right.
And I was actually on the feature table the next day, and I saw the exact same thing. It looked like it was like the paint around the edges specifically had been like eroded, and there was like these like little markings, well, like confirmed mark, like
I mean,
mark, like,
look,
not close.
In my book, here's what marking is. If I look at a card and because of the back, it's different than another card, that's marked. Doesn't mean intentionally marked. It doesn't mean that But the thing is, it's marked differently. So we're over there playing for fucking millions of dollars with marked cards. Millions of dollars on the line, Joey. And I look down, and my 6 and my 9 look different on the back. Unreal. Now look, it would be tough to see. Like you'd probably be near someone. Like if I was seat 2, you were seat 7, no shot, I think. But if I'm 5 and you're 4 or something, I look next to me and you can see that.
You can understand why World Series of Poker might not want it.
Well, I get they try to protect the integrity, but like you can't be like, oh, it turns out it was false.
Yeah.
Good news, everybody. Turns out Doug was lying. Whew, I know everyone's breathing a sigh of relief.
If they said you're lying, Doug, I'm looking forward to the YouTube video going to be put out about this because I don't know.
Also, Bill Perkins was like, why don't you just take the card? I'm like, dude, I'm not going to just grab one of the cards, but I'm not giving it back like 4-handed and like 100K.
I mean, there are other people there too. Haralabob was at the final table as well too. There's other people that had a vocal voice about it as well. Shout out to Haralabob, by the way, made that final table. I enjoyed watching him play as well.
A good point was made. I didn't think about it at the time, but I should have taken a picture of the cards. That would have been a good point. Then that way we'd have some evidence. But I I didn't think about it.
You don't need go down there and look at the cards right now. I guarantee you they have not fixed it. Like,
I mean, it's insanity, man. It's insanity.
Yeah, by the way, big shout out to Fees, who almost took down the Heads Up tournament, which would have been one of the most epic fucking things if that actually did take place a couple days after Doug won the one drop. And Fees comes out for like 2 or 3 tournaments a year, and if he took that in our bracelet this year, well, that's just ridiculous. But he got close. He got 8th, and
It's basically last. Rounds down.
sigh. But yeah,
not
very
even
close.
100K.
Not even
close to 100K.
So yeah.
Yeah. What's the plan for what you playing this year? What else you got? Events you got coming up?
All right, so I'm trying to decide what the best play is because I don't want to play too many more tournaments, but I do want to do some vlogging, which I think means probably some cash. Maybe stop by Aria, stop by Bellagio, stop by whatever, play a little what Evs is running. And I'm gonna play the 10K 6 max. I'm gonna play the main.
Okay.
I might play one of the 3Ks or 5Ks or whatever to kind of fill it out. But
what about the 25K PLO? The great game of Polk in Omaha. What about that?
Just because you have a good run doesn't mean it's time to hop in the high 6 PLO.
We need you in there, Poppy.
You need me in there?
We need you
want,
to do a
want,
vlog about
you want a
this.
piece?
Yes. For sure.
For sure.
What are you talking
My
about?
ring PLO game?
Yes.
I don't know if Jane Anders is going to take a piece. Oh, man.
Well, I mean,
Are you going to get in there? 25K?
Probably. I'll play it again. Yeah. I'll play it
Nice.
again. Why not? Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
You know what? This is what I've learned about the tournament world. If you can sell action, you can play anything you want.
Wow.
It's amazing. I mean, you just can. I don't know.
I mean, with comments like that, the investors must be lining up.
Listen, I've only played 6 tournaments, made 3-day 2s PLOs, cash, 2, 3 of them. I don't know, man. Listen, I think I'm a PLO tournament
Mr. Min Cash
player.
over here.
Well, I didn't win the fucking tournament. Of course,
Mr.
everything's
Min
a min cash. You don't win the
Yeah,
tournament,
yeah.
right?
You were born to Min Cash. You were born to jump pay jumps. That was you. You're the guy there with 3 blinds, looking at 2,700 for 106th, and then saying 3,200 for 105th. That's you. That's what you were born to do.
Is that really my life?
And you
Is
get
that
your
really what I
hand,
was born to
and
do?
you're like, wow, this is a really close spot.
This is what I was
guys.
doing too.
This is a
I'm like,
really
I've got
close
4 big
spot.
blinds. What do I do here with this?
You're like, oh my God. You like stand up, you like sit back down, you like cap your cards, you give one of these, you sigh, you stare everyone down, you stand back up, you sit back down, you muck. And you do that every time so you get that pay jump.
Jonah, isn't that what I did the other day? He watched me. I did that, didn't I?
Exactly.
I was like,
Born to play tournaments. Born.
Tournament playing Poppy is what they call him.
this is what they call me.
Tournament playing Poppy.
TPP. My God. This is what my life's come to. Mr. TPP in the house. Tournament playing Poppy here. Not out of line, Poppy.
You know what? Maybe we've been wrong the whole time, Joey. We've been hating on tournaments for a long time.
Maybe we've been doing it wrong.
Maybe we were doing it wrong.
There's something about
Maybe the answer was actually to only play tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, let's
Could
not get
be.
carried away. I mean, I don't know. I played about 3 times.
What do you
more
got
cash.
coming up? What are you doing? What's new? What's on the horizon?
I'm trying to stay alive. That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
do. My
stay
goal
alive.
in Vegas is to stay alive at
So
this
did you like
point in
check
time.
today off the list? Check mark. Still alive.
Listen, I woke up today and I went to bed last night about 7 o'clock, and I was like, I got a podcast at noon. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
So my goal is to stay alive. I actually have a prop bet right now with a friend about us getting married by the end of
Okay, I
summer.
thought it was gonna be stay alive.
I mean, we got
Good bet.
we got to
Good bet.
bet. We have to get married.
You have to get married.
It's with the girl. Yeah. Me and her have a
I
prop bet.
didn't. You really jumped the gun there.
But it's with her. I have to get married to her.
Like the surprise on my face wasn't, is it a girl or not? No, it's a girl. Guys, everybody, it was a girl.
I thought you said that I make a prop bet with like maybe you and Jonah made a prop bet where I got to get married.
Amazing.
But no, I got a prop bet
No.
with a girl. I got to get married to her. And if
Why prop bet this? Why not just get married?
Doug, she plays the great game
Oh my God.
of Pot Limit Omaha.
Oh my God.
She is
I
a PLO
get it.
player.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the game itself. Just me?
Can I marry
I
PLO? Is that
I
possible?
thought he was gonna say the game of PLO. I thought for sure, 100%.
If
Okay,
I can
so-
get married to PLO, I'll happily do it.
So
If we
you're
can,
marrying a PLO playing girl.
well, I mean, she's more than that. She's as she says, the perfect woman.
Wow.
It's a self-professed perfect woman.
I thought
Says,
you were single.
I am single.
All right. Well, I mean,
You know Vegas. Listen, this is what my
apparently I don't.
But outside of that, be doing a lot of some
Okay,
pot.
we're gonna leave it there. We have no fucking idea what he's talking about. We're just gonna leave it there.
When I'm married, you guys will see. Don't worry, we'll video blog the fucking marriage, okay? But I will. I definitely will. But yeah, outside of that, podcasting, couple podcasts, Not quite sure what's happening. Probably film some content for Instagram. I'm still really enjoying Instagram on there. I think
Nice.
Instagram is my favorite thing in the world. Shout out to Poppy GTO on Instagram. And
Shout out to myself. You can't give yourself a
yes,
shout
you
out.
can.
Hey,
Yes, you can.
Shout out to my boy Poppy GTO on Instagram. Check that out. Love that guy.
You gotta balance your shout out range with shout outs to yourself
You can't
as well
shout
too.
yourself
Yes,
out.
you can.
You are yourself.
I'm giving myself a shout out.
You can just say what it is.
I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, what else I got planned? I don't know, man. What you got planned besides content wise, outside the vlogs? Are you gonna be doing
Man.
Instagram stuff? Are you gonna be doing anything
Bro,
like that?
you know I'm doing everything.
You are, man.
You know,
You're always on the grind.
You don't even have to ask me, Doug, are you doing everything? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right. That's like every conversation.
Yeah.
I'm doing Instagram, doing Facebook. We're streaming on Facebook. Right? Shout out to Facebook. What's up, guys? We can see you.
The
We're
numbers
streaming
just
on
keep
Instagram.
dropping
What's up,
down. Oh, hello,
Instagram?
Instagram. Hi, how are you guys
am
out
I
there?
going to be doing everything? Yeah. Then I won't be streaming like poker, I guess. But other than that, everything else is in play.
Perfect. Fees, you want? Yeah, maybe you guys got a question from my buddy Fees over here.
Yeah,
Fees.
you want to give yourself a shout out?
Yeah.
You're on. It's over here.
You
man.
gotta give yourself a
Right,
shout out. I'm very serious right now, man.
Hop on, dude.
Fees,
they
come on
can't
in,
see
kid.
you.
Come on. Let's make this a three-way.
Right, here we go.
What's
Hashtag
up,
bang
guys?
hashtag
This
casting
literally
cash.
looks like we
Ryan
are about to
Poker on
fucking.
Instagram,
This is
Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter.
Ryan P. Poker, guys.
Tell me
Ryan
this
P.
does
Poker.
not look like
Check
we're
out.
about to have some young woman come in here for a casting call, and then we're all going to take turns.
It
I
do-
mean, come
it
on,
do- it
it
doesn't-
just does.
It doesn't look like that.
Have you not watched porn?
Uh,
This is what they look like right here. There's three guys on a
No.
couch sitting there. Tell me more about yourself, Jonah. And then I don't know what they do next. I'm not sure.
I don't
only know
think-
what they record.
I
what
don't
they put out
think
there.
that they open with the guys. Usually they focus more on the girl, I think. Like, here are three nice
Yeah,
little
there
dudes.
are maybe three women, maybe not three guys.
I've been watching this European shit, guys.
I
They,
know
do, they do some weird shit in there, man. It's weird. The girl walks in, the guy, like, listen, and then some Japanese stuff. We ain't even gonna get into that, but that's just another subject for another time, guys. Couple more shots in the chat. Gus P's out there.
We should be affiliating for Pornhub. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Use code POPB.
Listen, if you want to sign up for Pornhub right
Don't
now,
do
Pornhub
this.
Premium, I'll be giving away 3 bonus videos of me having sex with different people. I'll be giving away, breaking them down, training style. I've been watching Fee's new module. The way he approaches training and coaching, I've been learning. I am going to be putting out 3 bonus videos where I'll be having sex and breaking
I like the tone shift. Like, 3 bonus videos where I'll be having sex. Just bring it
Yeah.
right down. Yeah.
And if you want that, go to pornhubpremium.rightnow.com.
Bro, okay, we get it.
Use the promo code Upswing Poker.
All right. Fees, what you got coming up, man? What are you up to?
It is a wonder that there's no such thing as like a sex training site. Joey, that could be the next frontier.
Well, I probably got to keep working on sex then too. You know, I don't know how you become one of the end bosses of the sex world in terms of just from a straight fucking perspective, but I would like to start that one day. Yeah, a sex training site
I
for
think
sure.
you're perfect for that.
Yeah, Upswing
Thank you.
Dongers.
Big Dick Donger Kim, special coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asian style.
I mean, listen, I don't know, man. Fees, what do you got coming out too?
What do we have a couple Upswing content, and we have an Upswing Pro, a new Upswing Pro being announced later this week.
A new Upswing Pro.
New Upswing Poker Pro is going to be in the lab making some very GTO content
For the regular Upswing Lab.
for the regular Upswing lab. He's going to be announced later this week. And we actually
Great guy, by the way.
great, yeah, amazing.
I'm really happy.
You
You
actually
have-
don't know who this is. Is it American?
You're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to wait to
You're
find
gonna
out. But
have to-
he-
you're gonna have to
he's
find
also-
out.
Y'all on some bullshit right now, bro.
we-
Y'all on some bullshit right now, bro.
And we actually have another Upswing Pro coming in a couple weeks or next month. To be announced. Both these guys are amazing. Both these guys are very, very exciting. So I've been busy working with them to get them up to speed, get the content.
Nice.
My
You know,
God.
Yeah, so
standard.
we're going to be adding in 2 people to the lab. We want to have really qualified people. You know, this is not going to become just like a shit show. We're adding in 2 people, one for more cash game side stuff, one for more tournament side stuff, and they're also going to be making content in the lab. So should allow us to get more stuff out in the lab. I think it'll be better.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
No,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
good.
it's a lot of stuff that people wanted, for a long time.
Are
So
we
it's gonna be
up in
recurring basis.
the monthly fee then? Because we're
No.
getting this new
No.
value? No?
Nope.
Same, yeah.
No,
My
we're just
God.
writing it down.
Also, the thing is, I think both these guys people are gonna really like, but like totally different groups of people.
Yes.
Like, like
100%.
the cash game guys, I think are gonna really love the
The
cash,
cash
game.
game guys are gonna lose their shit.
And then
when
the
they
Phil
get this
Hellmuth.
guy. How did you know?
He just was doing strategy on Doug's one drop. I thought he gave some amazing commentary and analysis.
Dude, you really just spoil it right here.
Yeah,
On
come on, man. It was
Unbelievable.
Is it really Phil
coming out for
Hellmuth?
a couple of days, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Jesus Christ, how much you guys paying him?
It'll-
Yeah.
Phil Hellmuth will be in the lab. Yeah, I think it's coming this Thursday, and then a secret tournament player.
That's cool, man. I'm excited to find out who it is. I'm very excited. I don't know who it is.
It'll be sweet. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be real good.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Sounds good, guys. That's what we got. That's what it is. Yeah. If I don't have much else to say. I'm looking through the chat, but I don't know. I'm just thinking. Make sure you guys check out Doug's podcast tomorrow. He's gonna be doing with the Young Prince Fedor Holes, and make sure you check out the Upswing Poker Lab. Fees is always in there. Doug's always in there as well too. And I don't know, man. I got an awesome promo. I'll be playing. If you guys see me around, I'll be playing the great game of Potluck Omaha around Vegas at different casinos. I'll be starting some of these. We started this home game 1-1 game the other day. It was 1-1, 2-4, 6. 1-1, 2-4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128 at one point in time.
Naturally.
The game got a little out of line. I'll be having those games. A lot of people have been hitting me up saying, when are you going to have more of those games?
That game was out of line. It doesn't sound out of line at all.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't out of line at all. You're right. You're right. You're opening up the door.
Yeah. Do you ever think about adding an ante?
This guy.
Not a bad idea.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It increases the action. So you
Yeah.
put a little money in
The game
flop.
just sounds a little nitty.
Yeah.
It's all guys that don't play PLO. It's amazing. It turns out if people want to come play PLO with me at the 1-1 and they think it's 1-1, but it's really 1-1, 2.
Are they gonna join us for the next game? You guys playing 1-1 PLO?
1 PLO.
They're
Maybe.
open.
The Supreme Leader?
See-
My God, I don't know. Fees are going to make $35 million. He's going to clear the whole goddamn
Before
table
we go though, guys, I almost forgot to mention the giveaway.
Oh,
That would have been bad. It would have been bad because I don't think I've actually announced it anywhere yet. But I'm going to do a giveaway. 2% of my World Series poker profit, including the one drop. The giveaway is $30K right now. You can enter any of my
how do I
socials,
find
check
it,
out.
Doug?
Twitter, Instagram, Doug Polk Poker, anywhere. Check it out. You can hop on
You
in.
remember after the one drop, I genuinely didn't know where to find your giveaway out.
Yeah, I thought you were
telling
telling me. He's like, "Hey, Doug, how do I enter the giveaway?" And I was like, "Haha." And he's like, "No, like legit. Like, where's giveaway?" And I looked at it and I was like, "Is he fucking with me right now?"
To be honest, I now know it's in your Instagram bio page, but before that, I didn't actually know.
Yeah, and it's the pinned tweet on Twitter. So
Okay.
Place, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's all we got, guys. Much love, everybody. I don't know, man. I got nothing else to say. Peace out. Adios.
Peace,
Let me turn
Facebook.
this off. Let me click up here. Let me get this off here. Oh, my nipple's out. Oh my God! Don't ban me. Don't ban.
No, you can do that. I did that in a vid recently. It's
Oh,
cool.
okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.